Lawyers for the Trump organization that are preparing for that massive trial that's supposed to be coming up in October, where Donald Trump Jr., Eric, and Ivanka all have to stand trial for the alleged fraud that took place at the company. And now his lawyers are trying to argue in front of Judge Arthur Gerron that, by God, the prosecution just has too much evidence against our clients that we don't even have time to go through it. So, Judge, you've got to extend the trial date. We can't be ready for October because there's just so much evidence against our clients. Like, wow, kind of shocked y'all have all this. And, you know, it takes a lot of time to go through these documents. But how much time? See, in their specific request to the judge, which, by the way, is nothing more than a delay tactic. And the reason they're using this as their new delay tactic is because their other delay tactics have been smacked down by the courts, and they've actually been threatened with sanctions if they continue using those same tactics. So they had to come up with something clever. They're like, okay, what if we just say that the evidence is so crazy overwhelming that we don't even have time to look at it all, and we need more time? Not exactly the argument that you want your lawyers to make, by the way. You don't want them to walk into court and be like, wow, I didn't realize y'all had this much dirt on my guy here. It's going to take me a while to go through it because, wow. Yeah, kind of admitting that, holy crap, it's a little more intense than we thought. So, as I said, let's look at the numbers. Let's see how long it would actually take for Trump's lawyers and their legal teams, because it's not just the lawyers, to go through the documents. They said it will take one reviewer up to 11,000 hours to review roughly 275,000 documents. He noted that a single reviewer, on average, can look at between 200 and 400 documents in an 8-hour workday. So, if we're looking at 275,000 documents, that's a lot. It's a lot of evidence. They're not wrong. And they say that one single person can look at between 200 and 400 documents per day. Let's take their low number, right? Let's assume they've got slow readers working for them. So only 200 documents a day. That's what they said, Trump's lawyers said, is the minimum. 200 a day for one person. So one person reviewing all of the documents by themselves would take 1,375 days. So yeah, I mean, if you only have one person working on the case, you're not going to be able to have it ready by October, which is when it's supposed to happen. So yeah, I agree with that. But you don't only have one person working on the case. Say, for example, if you had 15 people reviewing documents, which almost 20 years experience working in a law firm, that's about average. Okay? So I know firsthand that you will have more than one person looking at these documents. 15 is kind of the minimum. So if you had 15 people reviewing these documents at a minimum of 200 per day, or at only 200 per day apiece, which is what his lawyers say they can do, you'd have it knocked out in 91.6 days, which means y'all'd be ready to go by the second week of June. You'd have all the documents reviewed. So if you're ready by the second week of June and the trial's supposed to start in mid-October, you have July, you have August, you have September, and then you have October. You then have 4 months to go through and craft your defense, work on your statements, get your witnesses. That is actually more than enough time for a case that you've already been working on for months. And again, nearly 20 years experience working in a law firm. I've helped work on cases in the past. I've gone through documents, and lawyers don't sit there and read every single word and mark it up and make notes on it. Typically, the documents will initially be going to the staff. They will mark up what they would consider to be the hot statements, the hot pieces of evidence. That will then get vetted by a team of paralegals who will then work with the attorney to figure out what's real and what's not. Lawyers don't actually sit there and go through every single piece of BS. So their claims are crap. But coming up on March 21st, they're going to go meet with Judge Arthur Gerron. They're going to make their case that we don't have enough time to do it. But I just laid out exactly how you have enough time. So Judge Gerron, if you want to use my argument against them, feel free to do it. Also, speaking to my years of experience at a law firm, do you know what law firms do when they don't have enough people to go through documents? One, you can actually outsource it. There's plenty of legal services around that actually do those things. Two, you call in another law firm to come help you and be co-counsel. That's a thing that happens frequently. But more often than not, the simplest answer is you hire more people. As silly as that sounds, again, I work at a law firm. It happens all the time. Uh-oh, we got a big case. We got lots of documents. Let's bring in new people. It is that simple, folks. It truly is. Which shows you once again, this is just another delay tactic from Donald Trump's lawyers. It's a stupid argument. And hopefully Judge Gerron sees right through it. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.